was fearful that we were going to get more water in the house.
Idalia was no Hurricane Ian, but the 4 feet of storm surge was enough to make a lot of people on Fort Myers Beach a little bit nervous. Many are still recovering and rebuilding from Hurricane Ian.
And dealing with a lot of anxiety, even PTSD, knowing what these storms can do. But thanks to Idalia, remnants of Ian washed into the Gulf are washing ashore almost a year later. ABC 7's Gage Goulding joins us live near the Connecticut Street beach access tonight. Gage, has the Gulf calmed down since you were out there last night when it was whipping?
Yeah, it was whipping even earlier this afternoon. I kind of came out here around the 2, 3 o'clock hour. Both myself and my photographer signed to work with me today, photojournalist Brendan McCann. We were both surprised and kind of shocked at how much the wind was going. But over the course of the day, it was kind of like someone was slowly turning down the switch on the fan, kind of turning it down slowly. And it's still pushing through a little bit, but not as much as it was earlier. But however, you could probably still hear the angry Gulf of Mexico out there. It's still churning up some bigger than typical swells. Actually, a big one just kind of came in and soaked my shoes here. But what we're looking at over here is this big old section of metal fencing, almost, is what it looks like, covered in barnacles. That's the most interesting part of this, because it says that it's been out here. Look at that wave just come up. It's been out in the Gulf of Mexico for a while, and it's a sign that we're still dealing with Hurricane Ian, but it's also a sign that Hurricane Idalia is strong.
You can see on the fence, it was maybe more than 12 inches.
It wasn't the more than 10 feet of water we saw last year with Ian, but
It was a pain in the ass.
Ron Fleming is among those here on Delmar Avenue cleaning out their garages. Idalia's storm surge carrying in mud, silt, and debris.
This storm was a punk.
Further south on the island, a lifeline for this community now needs help to bring it back to life. The Beach Baptist Church Community Resource Center is flooded. More than a foot of water ruining donations for islanders in need.
It is a kick in the teeth for quite a few folks.
The massive tent housing it all, barely hanging on through the tropical storm force winds.
This hit's probably going to be $10,000 to $15,000.
That damage is nothing compared to this. The roof completely torn off the seaside resort, which is building back after Hurricane Ian devastated the island last year.
And now they have to do it again.
Out on the beach, you'll find a testament of Idalia's strength. Barnacle-covered debris from Hurricane Ian is washing up on the sand.
I'm sure our public works people are going to be busy hauling some of Ian off of the beach after Idalia.
There's also good news tonight. An emergency berm built after Ian did its job, protecting homes and businesses along the island, potentially saving this already bruised community from even more heartbreak.
You can rest assured it would have been worse.
Yeah, and that berm, it did take the brunt of the storm. And we were here actually very close to this area last night, just a couple, maybe 100 yards down this way. And we saw the storm surge just absolutely battering this berm, waves toppling over. And believe it or not, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. This berm isn't a dam. It's not supposed to hold back all the water, right? It's supposed to break up some of that wave energy. That way it doesn't go over this way into homes and businesses and Estero Boulevard. So the berm, it's still here, a couple feet shorter, kind of flattened out like a pancake, right? Like someone just put a big iron down on it. The good news is this berm, hey, it did its job. The bad news is if, God forbid, we were to get another tropical system this year, there's a potential that it might be a little bit less effective. I'm reporting live for you tonight on Fort Myers Beach. Gage Goulding, ABC 7.